Alright, so in this video I would like to describe a surprising and what seems paradoxical conclusion in statistics. This was something that really stuck out and I found surprising in my statistics class, so I just wanted to share it. So the general concept is that if you have a continuous distribution, the probability of a specific value from the continuous distribution is 0. And the paradoxical part is, if you are to pick a number between 0 and 1, you're going to get a number, but every single value's probability is 0. So you can have a 0 probability, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's impossible. So how do we prove this? Well, first let's remember what the probability density function is. We have a normal distribution curve right here, and we know that the area under the curve is the total probability, and it equals 1. And, well, any range you have, say, from here to there, you can find the area under the curve, and it'll give you some value. The range from like 0.5 to 0.75, it has a probability. But the problem is, when you take the limit as delta x approaches 0, well, you find that the probability of x also goes to 0. Like, for example, we have like your regular Calc 1 integral example where it's rectangles, and then as delta x approaches 0, you have thinner and thinner rectangles until it has 0 thickness. So in this case where we're picking a specific value, delta x is 0, and well, the area under the curve is the probability. And well, we know from our calculus class that the area under the curve, when the bounds are the same, is equal to 0. And well, just to think about it in a different way, a value between 0 and 1 has infinite decimal places. Say we're looking at like the probability of getting this specific number, and that number is 0.792286, blah 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 blah. Maybe it ends with a 4. The chances of you picking this exact number is 0. And if you think about it, it makes sense. Every single digit has a 1 in 10 chance of being right. So you pick the first digit, 10% chance. Second digit, 1% chance. And the first 3 digits correct, 0.1% chance. And you still have an infinite more digits to choose. So you find that it's just 1 over 10 to the infinite power. And the denominator is just so small that it equals 0. And that is why the probability of picking just a specific value from a continuous probability density function is 0. But it technically, like, the probability of something being 0 does not mean it's impossible. But for a probability to be greater than 0, it has to be over a range of areas. It has to have a delta x.